Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your May 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, we have a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So, let's do that. Okay, so we have Libra, which is your opposite sign, so you could have a focus on relationships, partnerships this month. All right, we also have Mercury, which of course is the sign of communication. It's going to be in Taurus for like the first few days of May, then it's going to move into Gemini, and eventually toward the very end of May, it's going to actually go retrograde in Gemini. So we'll have Mercury in shadow about from the middle of the month on, let's say. But yeah, there could be a focus around communication for you guys. And we also have 1. So first house, that's you guys. So a lot of focus on yourselves too. So keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. And speaking of which, the main situation position, we have Judgment. So this to me usually is Scorpio energy. And I mean, the challenge is also a Scorpio energy. So interesting. You know, we didn't see anything come up in the dice about the 8th house, but could definitely be some significance around that too. But this to me is the rebirthed side of the Scorpio energy. So this could just be saying that something might be coming back around from your past. And in order to help with your growth in some way as well, given that this is coming up in the upright position and in the main position. So I feel like this is going to be something rather significant that comes back up for you guys. And it could just be, you know, of course, like I said, we're going to have that Mercury retrograde in your house of communication, so that could bring all kinds of different communications coming back around from your past. Even if just in your mind, where you might be revisiting something and looking at it from a different perspective, but that's what I see there. All right, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the Death card, so I'm getting a few different things from this. The primary thing this could just be saying is this could be something that you thought for sure was done. So this could definitely catch you off guard that it does come back around, because you might have made peace with the fact that, okay, this is something that's, you know, dead and gone, and, you know, not really had any expectations of it coming back around. For some of you, this could be saying that this is something that you've been hesitant to let go of too. So, you know, this could finally be the time where you get that closure. That's another way the energy could be playing out. But yeah, that's what I see there. All right. And in the foundation position, we have more Scorpio energy. We have the 5 of Cups, and we also have the 6 of Cups. So obviously, we do see that positive progression there from the 5 to the 6. So for some of you, this can be something that you obviously might have had a lot of disappointment around. You know, maybe things didn't go as planned, and you maybe would have, you know, might have just been struggling with that. But with the 6 of Cups, this could definitely be pointing right back to that Judgment energy. I mean, in a way, we could almost see this pointing more to the Death energy, and then this pointing more to the Judgment side of the energy, right? So for a lot of you, I feel like this is something that you will, even if it takes you a while, you actually probably will be happy with this thing coming back up to the surface. Even if it does take some processing, that might take you a while to get out of the more negative side of your energy. But for some of you, this could even just be pointing to, you know, being kind to yourselves, right? Usually I point to this as I refer to it as the being the bigger person card sometimes, because we see the size difference. It looks like they're offering the cup to the other person. And also, this could just be you actually, you know, extending forgiveness to your inner child. You know, if there was something that you guys went through a long time ago that for whatever reason you've struggled to put behind you, this could just be being kind to yourselves in that regard too. So that's what I see there. All right. In the past position, we have the Hangman. So this is usually Pisces energy for me. And, you know, actually in May, we're going to have Jupiter move into the sign of Pisces too. But given that this is in a past position more than anything, I feel like this is saying you've already been reflecting on the situation, most likely, looking at it from a different perspective. And that could actually be what helps bring things back around in a more positive light for you. But yeah, I feel like this is something that you have been focusing on for quite some time. In the present position, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is actually Taurus energy. And of course, we're going to be in Taurus season most of May. So it could just be saying that for the most part, you might have a lot of focus on your finances, your possessions, your self worth. If that's the case, looks like you're doing quite well in that area. So that's definitely a positive. But yeah, that's why I see there, where you might just really just take a moment to take everything in and feel a bit more comfortable in your skin. All right. In the near future position, we have the Ten of Wands. So this is actually Sagittarius energy. And, this could just be saying that this is something that you might have been carrying the burden around for quite some time. And with the 10, I feel like this is saying you are getting to the end of that process. But yeah, I feel like for a while you might have even felt like again, I feel like this is pointing to you guys trying to look at things from a higher perspective, but at the same time, you might have struggled to see what the reasoning was behind why things went the way they did. So that's what I'm seeing with that. But yeah, like I said, it looks like you're finally getting ready to make peace with whatever the situation is. And in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy, which is your sixth house of, work, day-to-day routines, health. And this could just be saying that now, whatever this is that you went through, you're actually figuring out a way to turn it into something tangible. So that's primarily what I'm feeling there. So I feel like this is showing for sure that whatever this is you've gone through, like I said, maybe it comes back up for your review. I feel like this is you kind of actually saying, okay, this is what I went through. This is what it was meant to show me. Right now, I'm actually able to move forward, learning from that. So that's why I see with that. This can be extending some offers to people as well, but yeah, I feel like it's more of an internal process this month for the most part. All right. In the environment position, we have the star in reverse. So when this is in the upright, usually this represents, of course, this is the card that comes after the tower. So usually there is a difficulty that you go through before getting to that point. But after that, usually you find that you're on the right path. It was the course correction that you needed. And with this coming up in reverse, could just be saying again, like I said, at least in the current moment, you might not necessarily feel that whatever the situation is that you went through and the disappointment that came with it, you might not see what the point of it was. But again, like I said, I feel like this month you'll actually get that insight and realize that, okay, however painful it may have been, right, it actually is getting you on the right path. Then you might start to see some external proof of that this month. And if this is someone else you're dealing with, it could just be saying that maybe they were lacking faith in the situation. So that could have been why things didn't work out, Sometimes you don't necessarily know what people really are going through on the surface. So that could have been what's at play there. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, again, I feel like you might have gone through some tough times, and for some of you might have just had a fear of lack, so like, okay, I have to hold on to this really tightly. And like we said, for some of you might have held on to something too tightly for a really long time. And now I feel like this is saying, in its totality, this represents you guys actually seeing things from a different perspective and actually letting go. So like I said, for some of you, it could actually be someone physically coming back around, and then you get a different perspective on those events that actually helps you let it go in a much more positive way. For others of you, like I said, just having that Mercury retrograde energy in your third house might give you a different perspective on things, even if that person isn't physically involved in the situation, that help you actually release it, realize the lesson and the blessing in it, and move forward in that regard too. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Three of Wands, which is actually Aries energy, and we have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, again, the positive thing that I'm seeing here for sure is that feels like a lightening of your load, right? We were talking about how with that Ten of Wands looks like something that you had for a while that became a burden. Five of Cups moving to the Six of Cups. Again, I feel that energy of a lightening of the energy. The Death card coming up in the challenge, like I said, shows that maybe this is something you have been hesitant to look at again, or like I said, for some of you might have just really thought that it never was going to come back around. With the Judgment in the upright, though, it does show a positive forward movement there. So this could just be you guys going through it, processing it, right, learning what you needed to learn, and then saying, okay, what's next, right? So having a little bit of faith in the universe in that regard. And if that's the case, you might actually get some offers that come your way. They can be around romance. That's certainly a possibility. But also, it could just be around just positive emotional fulfillment in general. And this could definitely represent, like I was saying, given it is Pisces energy, the fact that we will be seeing Jupiter move into your 12th house. So, in a more positive sense, if there are some things that you've been holding on to for a really long time, that could help you release that as well. So, that's what I see there. And also at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So this is Leo energy, pretty positive energy too. And I will say that, this will probably, to me, this shows that most likely whatever this process is that you are going through, people on the outside will recognize the process you've gone through and see the growth that you've gone through. So you can be getting some positive recognition in some way this month. And the good thing beneath that too, we see Temperance. So that represents balance there too. All right, moving on to your Oracle card, we have Thinker. There's the artwork, and the number is 44. So Thinker, of course, makes me think of the Mercury energy we saw come up in the dice, but we'll see what it says. Okay, it says strategy, being analytical and logical. The Oracle's message. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So definitely a pretty positive message there. And again, that speaks to me as far as, like I said, maybe if there's been some heavier energy you guys have been going through, I feel like that's going to be lightening up for you guys. Okay, the relationship message says, love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. So, interesting message there, too. Now, for some of you, this can point to the star card in reverse, like I said. So another way that this could play out is, maybe you saw someone that might have seemed a bit down on their luck, but it might have been trying to see the more positive side of their potential. But at the same time, if they're not going to see that for themselves, then, things tend to not work out in those situations. But hopefully that resonated with you. I mean, I didn't get a huge relationship vibe from this anyway. Worst case, you could check the love readings next week when I post them. The prosperity message says calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends now, so get out your journal. Write down what you're to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wondrous results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. So definitely a pretty positive message there. Especially what stood out to me with that was the you will win this game and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. That made me think of the Six of Wands, what I was saying there, that, whatever this process is that you guys are currently going through, I feel like this is saying that, you would get some kind of public recognition for that progress. So could just be saying that, by you guys letting go of some kind of a burden that you've been going through, that's going to really improve all of your relationships across the board. And, when we do see seventh house energy, we tend to think of romantic relationships, so that's all different kinds of partnerships. And of course, with Mercury too, communication, that could be with everyone. So could just be saying that whatever this process is, it actually opens things up for you in that regard. So hopefully that resonated. All right, and finally we have a mudra for you guys, and the mudra you guys got this month is the Mandala mudra, and the keyword for it is vision. A couple other signs got this one this month too, but there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But it says awakens supreme devotion and enlightened attitude, improves concentration, evokes insight into the transitory nature of all things, serves as a physical expression of your own original nature. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of the Mudra in the description of the video as always. Once again, we'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.